Hello, I'm Tamsin. Welcome to Randstad News. Just as we get used to absorbing one set of workplace regulations, the next ones come along. As well as becoming the year of austerity, 2011 will see perhaps the biggest revolution in UK legislative workplace changes for decades, and one of the most complicated. The agency workers regulations, which come into force in October, aim to ensure the same basic working and employment conditions as those for equivalent permanent jobs. But only 7% of employers have yet conducted an AWR impact assessment, and nearly 40% admit they're unfamiliar with the regulations. Agency workers make up about 4% of the UK workforce, which means significant cost management implications in the private and public sectors, just as budget cuts in the public sector are being most keenly felt. Randstad, the world's second largest HR services company, has now published their Shifting Sands report, along with the launch of a major campaign to advise its customers about managing the implications of the agency workers' regulations. Diane Martin, Chief Executive at Randstad Staffing, says, Randstad has a team of experts ready to advise organisations on how best to implement AWR in their own interests. We urge all users of agency workers to conduct a thorough assessment of their human capital resources to identify who will be exempt or covered by the regulations. By working with Randstad now, organisations will be able to ensure that AWR works best for them. Randstad has arranged several seminars during May around the UK, which are rapidly becoming fully subscribed. Now, with the publication of new government guidelines for interpreting the regulations, to which Randstad has been a major contributor, they're extending their campaign to advise on how the Shifting Sands approach can be efficiently, cost-effectively and speedily implemented. New legislation like the agency workers regulations can be disruptive and expensive despite its intentions, but it doesn't have to be like that. Randstad's Shifting Sands report provides advice on managing the agency workers regulations and highlights other key challenges on the HR agenda this year, including preparation for automatic enrolment in workplace pensions for all workers, temporary or permanent, in 2012, the transformation of the public sector, as a quarter of the workforce is engaged directly or indirectly in delivering public services, and appropriate recruitment and retention strategies in the light of skill shortages and demographic change. But there are only a few months left before the agency workers regulations become law. That's all for this edition of Randstad News, so from me, Tamsin, until the next time, goodbye.